things. Anyways. Hmm. Hmm. Hi. Joe. Oh snap. I'm hoping you can hear me. I have not streamed in a while. I haven't heard you in forever. It has been a while. It has been. Damn. Like years maybe. I don't even remember. I cannot figure out for my life how to color this chick or how to clothe her. Pinterest time. Oops. Nah, I'll leave this on for now. Leave her with some dignity. Where's my other phone? Actually, no, that was my iPad. I'm looking at Pinterest right now because I have no clue how to dress this chick. Pinterest. And for anyone wondering why she looks like this, I'm doing a mini character first just to get like a basic blueprint of what I want her to look like. Make something less detailed so that way I could just detail it later. Please, Pinterest. Where's my board for this character? Build. Maybe I should write some notes for myself on the side. This little squinkly thing here, her name is Beal. She's one of the characters from my little thingy Apocalypse remix. Let me make this smaller. Oh, I did it on the wrong layer. Oops. Sorry. I'm just now talking because I felt really awkward talking to myself. I'm glad that people are here. For this character, the main thing I wanted for her was that she's supposed to be like this elegant kind of creature. I don't know how to spell elegant, but she, before the events of the story, she was like a supermodel. Oops. I'm getting used to this new tablet. Or not new. I've had it for a while, but I just never used it. those are like the main points I had whenever I originally wrote her for the story. But now I guess I kind of in a position where I have to expand more on her if I want to do something actually tangible with her. Um, but I will say I like her hair design. Her hair design has been unchanged since like 2021. It's kind of like this. It's pretty easy to draw. I I really like it. It's like this whole little deal where she has like these two little things at the front, and like her her hair is like, you know, I just really like the shape of it. It's a really nice little way to know this is Biol, and it's way different than all the other characters I've drawn because I fear I'm suffering from same hair syndrome with a lot of my little sploinkies. I have not reached the point in the script where, in the rewrite at least, where we finally meet her, but she's a pretty important character, pretty much a part of the core cast of characters. Um, and then of course the genre is like apocalyptic, so it has to be something easy to move in and something not too like fancy or whatever. Um, and then I have this Pinterest board open on the side on my iPad here of just like models that kind of look similar to her, but not really. It's a lot more like 80s and 90s kind of fashion, but the story takes place in 2022. So I feel like that would clash kind of weird. But it's mostly a lot of like business centric kind of stuff. I think I'll put that down too. Oops. This tire. I'll put a little question mark here. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look deeper into Pinterest here. Maybe I should put in like 2022 fashion or something. So far, the main thing with her is I fear her silhouette is kind of boring, like with her clothes. Because originally, whenever I did design her, she had like this same little top and then a little skirt, which I do kind of want something along those lines, but this just seems a bit too plain for my liking. Oh, that one's cute, but that is a Shein ad. That was also cool. Maybe I could put like a little tie or something in there. Let me try that. Oops. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Oops. My piercing hit the my piercing hit the microphone stand. Oops. Main thing about this tablet is the colors are really saturated on the bottom screen, so I have to constantly look up at my OBS to get the actual colors. I'll just flow. Maybe I'll do that same little technique I did earlier, where I just had it as like super neon blue, and then I just applied a filter to it. Nah, let's just zoom into the palette. Adjust. We'll stick with red as the base color. Then tone down the saturate, or maybe it's the brightness. Tone down the brightness and saturation. I think that'll do, but I'm kind of scared of this palette because all the colors look really close to each other. But this is still a first draft little character. If I change it, I'll change it later. Dual stream. Sorry. Oh, I might try that later. Get this live going on shorts. Because I'm very weirdly doing pretty decently on YouTube shorts. I don't want it to be too bright. But this is also just for her tie. Maybe I'll put ribbons or something. But I'm afraid of overcomplicating her outfit with stuff that like she doesn't fundamentally need in her everyday life. Let's just do a little bow tie here. Not bow tie. Little tie. That is a weird shape. These are very weird shapes. I just returned from the gym, so I'm so out of it right now. I think that could be cool. Somewhat of like a professional kind of vibe. It's just like this kind of empty space here I don't really know about. But then again, she's also just like a regular high class civilian in this universe. At least for 2022 standards. Maybe I could put like a coat. There's one picture I'm looking at right now. In the model, she has like this really cute, like bright coat on. I think I'll do something kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah. I am scared of this kind of looking at it like a school uniform too. especially from like another series that I'm working on that has been in development hell for the longest time. She is kind of dressed exactly like that character. Let's make an to apply it to a new layer. Oops. Oops. I'm just doing this whole new layer thing so that way I can change the gradient to map. There we go. Oh, but I got the skin in there. To do that again. Guess that'll do. Oops. That is an old design. Yes, I need that. Why do I keep doing that? I really need to edit these a lot better. Oh, I forgot the jacket too. Man. Where the heck is the jacket? There it is. Keep forgetting about the background. I have no clue what that is. Shall just turn it off anyway. I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah. Why the pickle I put myself in? I really need to organize these better at some point, but I'm too lazy. Okay. I'm getting used to Clip Studio on PC. I'm so used to doing this on my iPad. Whatever. We'll just do that. Edit. And tonal correction. There it is. Gradient map. Let's try this one. Hello? Don't know how I feel about all of these. That one seems a bit too bright for me. Effect rainbow. Check out my cool OC. What is my watch doing? Can I change my colors? No, I cannot. Um, please. Okay. Maybe I do want to go with like a more blue color palette because this character, she's kind of sad. At least a bunch of stuff in the story just always makes her really sad. Yeah, let's not change any of that. That did nothing. Okay. Just leave it as it is. Then maybe you can go into filters, filter, light current layer. I just don't know about the coat. I'll probably have to correct that once I'm done with this. But I don't want it to be like obviously blue or anything in the final thing. That one makes the skirt too dark. Let's try this. Maybe mess around with the hue a bit. With the contrast. Let me change the screen here. There we go. Okay. I think this could be a good base for now. Let's just select the colors one by one and change them out. Nope. I did not mean to do that. Editing layer. Oh man. Hello. Whatever. We'll just do the fill tool. Then we'll take that. Why does it count this as like one color? Very strange. Just lasso select, I guess. Nah, we'll leave that as it is. Filter, quick filters, apply to current layer. Have to zoom in again. I'm going to try to keep her in the full frame just to see how it adds up. Shoot. Okay. Something like this. It's not like whites, like too white. It's still faintly blue. Yeah. Okay. Then selection pen. There's probably an easier way to select all this, but I am too lazy. Okay. This one I do want to keep in that color we had before. Like that sort of tan khaki sort of color. No. Okay. I like this shade a bit more. I think we'll leave that as it is. And then with the skirt, I'm not offended with it being that color, but I kind of feel like there's something better that we could do. Nah, we'll keep it that color for now, and then I'll see what it looks like on the final result. But for now, I have to redo those lines. Maybe something like this. I don't know why, but I really like making coats with this sort of neck deal. They'll put little pockets here. I kind of want to put something on the sleeves, but it seems kind of samey with a lot of the characters that I have designed in the past. Like usually I'll put like a little patch or something there, but maybe this time we could put like something cutesy on it, like a little pin. Look at this picture one more time. Oh, you know what? We'll put little metallic stuff, maybe even jewelry on her. Yeah, we'll just put that there. Fragilis! Brah! Brah! I mean, hi! Reels here. Look at my little thing. I doodled him. Just made it back to zoo. When you were in the Bermuda Triangle for like the past month. Genuinely do wonder where you were. We're like, holy moly. I'll just redo that line there. Maybe a little bit of folds, just to kind of show it's kind of. I want this to look kind of big on this character. Like this is obviously not her size, but it's kind of like whatever she could grab. Let me grab this color here. Just fill in. Because I think adding a coat here at least makes it like somewhat reasonable why she would have a coat. If anything, just very, very light extra protection up for her skin. Should I do a red tie? Actually, let me grab the color of this and we'll. I feel like orange would look kind of strange, but I will try. Oh, oops. Lasso fill. Oop, never mind, back to the the Bermuda Triangles wants you back. Actually, I think that looks kind of nice. It's a similar color to her coat, but it's not the same color. I will keep that for now and see if I change my mind about it later while I'm designing her more. The only thing is, it's a pretty strangely colored tie. Just leave it like that. And the shirt here. I do want this to be a button-up shirt. I think that looks decent for now. But I do need to remake these lines right here. I used to be able to draw skirts so well in middle school, but now it's like, I feel like I've forgotten. Oh my goodness. This pen might be the death of me. I'm so used to my Apple Pencil not having any buttons. Digital Devil Saga. Oops. And then her shoes, I think I should just make them black. Kind of like little, not heels, but like sort of a loafer deal. You know what? On the skirt, I'm going to put a little plaid design. Because I think that would look stylish. We'll just do like lighter color here. Similar to the punk Jesper design I did. What I'm worried about is how this would translate into a comic. If maybe I'm overcomplicating that. Maybe I'll do like a simple stripe here. Yeah. I don't really want to put her in any headwear because I really want to keep this whole little shape going on with her head or her hair. I genuinely think this is like my magnum opus whenever it comes to hairstyling. It's just, I can't stop glazing it. I just stop glazing it. Just something basic. And there we just made a blueprint for our character design in like 30 minutes. I cannot stress how nice it is to use a mini character, just plan out the design. Because now I can put it on like a bigger sort of theme. but I do need to fix the color picking here because that is now outdated. And I have a really bad habit of just leaving things the way it is. So throw the shirt here. That's the coat. Tie. Skirt 1. And I need to zoom in for that. Skirt 2. Got the shoes. Shoe 2. And let's shade it too, just to kind of see what it would look like somewhat partially and very badly rendered. I don't want to go too deep into this just because I really want to move on with the final theme, but I feel like it's important to see what it looks like. Just some basic stuff. Oh, oops. Oh well, I'll just put it at the top. I'm trying really hard not to use like pure black or pure white, just because it's really hard for me to shade afterwards, especially if I'm going to try to like use any overlays or multiplies. Yeah, just leave that like that. And then tie. Oops, oops, oops. Then let's look at it. I mean, it seems coherent to me, at least. I feel like it reads pretty well that she's not exactly a soldier or anything. And it does seem like a kind of trendy design. So I'm thinking that'll be good enough. HTML layer. We can finally get out of layer hell. Oops. Okay, now to the big version. I did have that one sketch I made at the start of the stream, but I think it's kind of ugly. So I will not use that. I think I'll just make a new one. Okay. You know what? Maybe I'll just use a 3D model It's not going to be the end of the world. Just that way I could at least get the anatomy right for the character sheet. Female body types, and we'll use slim because she is pretty lanky, but still kind of tall. Okay. Then I do want to have a 3D model just ready. So that way it's not a pain in the ass later whenever. Oh, the subtool section's on my other monitor. But yeah, just that way it's not like a pain in the ass whenever I have to draw her a million gazillion times. Right? I do want her to be relatively tall, at least compared to the other characters. I will have to zoom out a bit. Leave it at 164. Then I think the rest should be fine. I do want to broaden the shoulders just a little bit. And we'll turn that down. Yeah. It didn't really change much from the base 3D model, but those changes are there regardless. So I'm still going to save it. Oops. Oh, I always forget that. The material. 3D. Yeah, we'll just put in 3D. We'll find it when we need it. So on with the real thing. I'm going to turn down the opacity. And then we'll just sketch over it just that way I know my anatomy is at least not insane. This is that same little character that I drew from one of my shorts. I just thought it would be funny to just draw her for an eye study. Oops. Please give me a perfect circle, please. Please. Close enough. I didn't want to go with like a 3D model that already has the face shapes or facial features already defined on them, just because I do want to make my own little edits to them. Just mix it up in here. Let's just eyebrows will be there. That's where the nose will end. I guess I could make the chins a little bit shorter. And then I do want her face to still be kind of round. Oops. Whatever. So I will fix that here. Oh my goodness. I right-clicked again, didn't I? Fantastic. I don't want to get started too in depth just yet, because I don't want to copy this here too much. Yeah, whatever. Just do a square here and there. And then I don't want the hips to be that wide. I just want to work on this as fast as I can to get out of 3D modeling territory. But there's that done there. Nah. Okay. Just a simple little A pose. Just mark these down. And I'll define those a bit later. Same with the feet. Just add a bit of my own flair into it. Now I can disable that. And my own stuff will make it pink. Okay, then we'll put these here just so I can tell the center this whole little ordeal. Just kind of get more specific features planned out. I don't want it to be too big, because then that would fall into a more cartoonishly designed shirt. And the world that's kind of supposed to be like semi-realism. And we'll put the skirt down here. I can place this here. Okay, okay. Right here is where we want to start up with the hair. Nah. I feel like overcomplicating it will kind of change the design too much. And I really do like her original design. Yeah, so this way she at least looks kind of anatomically correct. Turn down the opacity again. And then we can get started on the line art. Oops. Oops. Maybe we could do something there. I just do not know about the thickness of this strand of hair here, or this hair thingy here. So I will change that here. Long brush. Something like that. Maybe I do. We'll just keep that there for now. I could fix that later. I don't want to get into it, too into it. Another thing I really don't like to draw is noses. Like, I just can never get them to look right. So I just kind of do this. There goes them damn eyes. Good enough. This, I think, will change up a bit. It does seem a bit strange for this kind of character archetype. The eye does look a bit wonky. Let's just erase that. We'll just copy and paste the other one. I don't want to get too far into it and realize last minute, like, hey. That's too close for my liking. Edit, copy, edit, paste. I would use the keyboard shortcuts, but my keyboard is in a very inconvenient spot. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. This we'll just put here. Zoom out a bit. Her eye is kind of big. So let's do it like that. We'll grab this other one here. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Let's zoom out a bit. And it's not that bad. I think in the final version I'll have to like make her shoulders a bit noticeable. Okay. I think I kind of want to do that same method I just did with her mini character, where I just kind of color block it and I'll add in the lines later. So I'm gonna put that all in a new layer and I'll go back and throw the lines on later. And start out with this here. We'll fix that later. How we doing tonight? Alive. We're alive. Actually doing pretty good. How's your night going? Nope, I'm dead. Man. Unfortunate news. I will tell my respective news outlet. Today was odd. School was odd. I wish school started later. You know, I did too when I was in school. I could not wake up for the life of me, and I would chug down like those huge bottles of, not bottles, those huge cans of Monster, and I would chug down like 3 of them a day, and it was not good for me at all. But it was just because I literally could not wake up in the morning for school. Like even in the car ride there, I would just fall asleep in the car. I wake up at 6:15, walk out to the bus at 6:09, get on the bus at like 6:45, and get to school at 7. Damn. I at least had the privilege of my parents dropping me off at school for my, I think it was my senior year. And school ends at 2:17. That's early. Whenever I went to school, I didn't go home until like 4:30, I think. That shape seems very odd. I don't like that. But then again, that's also what the sketch says. I'm gonna redo this sleeve here. They're making renovations to the entire school district. 5 elementary schools didn't need that much. 1 middle school, 1 junior high, and 1 high school. Where I lived, it was kind of like each county. Holy crap. We had like a ton of elementary schools too, now thinking about it. And then we only had like 1 high school and like 3 middle schools, I think. But this was like whenever I was still in school. It could very well have changed. I think there's another high school in the district now. Don't know why they didn't just collide the middle school and junior high. Aren't they the same thing? Then again, probably like practically. Kind of looking at the face structure, and I'm like, the nose seems kind of off to me. Same with the lips. Which layer did I put this? There it is. Maybe I'll do like this little thing I did for Marion. I think that looks a bit cuter. I don't know. Let's grab. Oh no, wrong one. Grab this. Oops. Man, I messed up. We're going bald now. Let's just change the size of the face. Edits. Transform. Free transform. There we go. Oh, I forgot that I was on another way. I'm sure that says you stuffed animal toys came from your pocket. Don't bring me ammo, dude. I really care about the plushie for this start. Man. That's unfortunate. You just sneak it into your backpack. I don't condone. I'm not endorsing bad behaviors. Ignore me. I do. I think that looks better because honestly, I just don't care. Same here. I used to do tons of weird stuff in school. Yeah, I think that face shape. I think that's fine. I forgot her ears. Or her single ear that will be showing up. Just add a little scribblies around. Okay. I think that's fine. We'll do a new layer and we'll put down the lineite for all of this. Oops. Let's just do that here. Oh, that wasn't even on the same layer. I totally forgot. That looks wonky. I'm going to change that. I'll just have to color fill that later. But it should be around this size here. And then this, I want to shorten it. Maybe I should shorten this here too. Completely erase this. Just redo it. Same with this. You know what? Erase the whole thing. I don't want it to be just serviceable. Let's extend that here. Okay. Just get a bit closer. Turn down the brush size here. Okay, why are we not drawing? Oh. Oh, it's because I'm still using the eraser. I'm very smart. Just erase that later. Oh, wrong brush. Those look like clothing folds, I suppose. Just throw that there. Then I think I should erase this one. Okay. Please be chicken. Oh, I'm still using the eraser tool. Why am I using the pen to color? At the end of the day, this is still just a character sheet, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But I will try regardless. Oops. row. Forgot they're on the same layer. I'll fix it later. Oops. Okay. Then let us add that tie from earlier. Just color pick from here. Come on, square, please. Or not square, rectangle. I'm so smart. Something like that. I don't want to get too deep into that, but that will do. Then I'll add the skirt. I think that might be too low. This side seems tap it on the uneven side. Okay. Oops. We'll grab skirt 2. Probably should not have done that on the same layer, huh? Oops. Oh well. It's not 1-to-1, but it is close enough. All right, then we can finally grab skirt 2. Oops. Those hands are so wonky, but I will come back to that later. Oops. Forgot we already did the line art on that. Just add onto there. There we go. Then the hair. Get beneath that. It always feels like on the face coloring stage, the drawing kind of starts to come to life. And then I don't want the ice, like the whites on the ice, to be like a perfect white. I do personally like to throw in just a hint of red. Something like that. Oops. I cannot find this button on my pencil. I think it's coming together pretty well. I do. Oh, I forgot her little thingaling. That thing. Oh shoot, wrong layer. Buttons for the jacket. And then I guess we'll just do the shirt buttons, just straight up just black. I really don't want to over detail these small little sort of things. But I do want them to be consistent. There might be too many buttons. Like I feel like it would start around here. And then there would be like one more just underneath this tie. Let's turn our sketch layer back on. She is tall. But that would be good. That'll be good. It'll make her stand out compared to some of the other characters. I don't really feel like working on the limbs right now, so I will just add a bit more flair to the skin. Just sort of make her look alive. Push P. Whoa. Did not mean to make it sound like that. You know, it might be my 2017 Tumblr art style shining through from middle school, but I still really like to make the noses red. And it is a habit that should have died when I was in high school, but I just really like the look of it. Like, it's unfortunate. She looks a bit sickly, but I think that adds on to it because she's really sad in the comics. Like, really, really sad. So I think design wise, it fits her. I won't. Oh well. May as well. Even if it's not on the right layer. This thing is a disorganized mess, but I am happy. I do want to add a few more folds to her clothing just to make it really look like the coat's just oversized on her. But I don't want to overdo it because I'm not good at drawing clothing folds. Which button is it? Was it? It's not B. It was G, I think. No, that is gradient. What button was it? Yeah? They're both G. I just had to double tap it. I'm still getting used to this on Windows. Okay. That hand is super wonk. I will fix it later. I guess for now, I will work on the legs. It just needs detailing. It'll be fine. It just it just needs some detailing. Something got on my screen. I have no clue what that was. Yeah, let's turn on the sketch again. I'm not that good at drawing legs. I think that should be the focus on my next study. I think just to hide my leg issue, I will put her in long, thick socks. Kind of like the Gyaru socks. I cannot pronounce it for my life. But you know, those oversized, almost kind of like leg warmer socks. I don't know why I added that. I guess I assumed this would be like an ankle part, but oh well. See, something like that. I guess I have no choice but to do it over the shoes. Oops, wrong layer. Train outside, it's like, hi. All right, that looks Serviceable. I guess up next is the hands. And then we should be pretty much finished with this. With the front view, at least, of this character sheet. Because I still have the back, which I think I will do tomorrow. Because I still need to do the digital version of my other one. You know what? I'm just going to use the hands off the model here. Only this one I will need to... we'll be fine. Actually, no. I cannot stress this enough. 3D models are so good for your drawing process. There's like a ton of like free websites online too, where it's like they'll let you use your 3D models. I remember having to use one in the past before, and it was not too shabby. Same with photo bashing. I take a ton of pictures of myself in the most strangest poses, and then I will change myself for my character's anatomy. There we go. I want to add, let's just add those little red stripes to the socks. Oops. Yeah, like a sort of desaturated kind of bright red. I guess that's like coral or something. I don't know the specific name. Oops. Just to give something to that empty space, because it's already pretty bare around this whole little area, but that is fine because I don't want that to be the focal point for her. But I think this could work out pretty good. I'm happy with the color scheme. It's like this kind of somber, cool, bluish sort of thing, and it goes pretty well with her character. Who's like this elegant sort of. She has issues. And then the tie here ended up being a really nice contrast because it's just directly, I think it's opposite to this tone right here. It's just a direct opposite, and I feel like it works pretty well. The hair is unchanged from 2021 still because I really like this hairstyle. I don't know what it's called or what the heck these things are, but it's really fun. And then, oh, I forgot the little shoe details. I will just use my pen. Oops. I don't want to do anything too crazy. Actually, let's just use the bucket here. Just a simple little thing. Let's erase that. Yeah, I'll just leave it as those little squares right there. I will try to figure out next time I design her because I'm really not in the mood to design shoes right now. But at the very least, it's accurate to her mini character on the side. Um, but yeah, it's like she looks professional, you know, sort of like a businessy sort of deal going on. And then it's not like too out of sync with the world that I'm trying to put her into. Pretty sure that will do it. Actually, you know what? I do want to put back this my Tumblr deal. We'll just make the knees a bit red right here. Same with the hands. Oops. Guess we'll just... Why is this so much darker? Chalk. Pastel. Bing, 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 bing. Ding, ding, ding. And then I guess we could add a bit more detail to the shoes, just kind of like a shine. Just put on the top layer. It's not that organized. It's not deep. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. So there's Buell, fully designed in under an hour, which might be record time for me actually. Um, yes, this is Buell. All right, my friends, thank you. If you stick around, thank you. I do want to do something like this more in the future, just because I really like showing off the whole process behind these characters, and I think it'd be really cool to just kind of look back on once this comic is done or abandoned, as a lot of other comic YouTubers say. But yeah, that'd be it. Bye.